They are saying that in this project, the IT, deployment, like this IT project, the deployment part is done and the project is finished from the team's end. The release manager has confirmed that everything is working and the release part is okay. The quality team has also give a thumbs up that this verification part is completed and everything is working as expected. So verification is done and dusted. Now you have informed the customer. Only you are standing at this point, right? And you have informed the customer, but it doesn't imply that validation is also done. You have the sign off from the customer and you are now ready to close the project. Not really. You are currently standing at this point that you get the validation from the customer, or which is also termed as in many organizations as UAT, user acceptance testing. So you are standing at this point that now you are going to showcase and demo the deliverables to the customer. And based on that, whatever opinion he is going to share, based on that, you will decide that whenever the project is going to be closed. Now, the question is asking, what is the next step the project manager should take? So technically and as per the project management rules, the next step is going to the customer and asking for validation. But there is no such step mentioned in the option choices. And this is exactly the reason why I suggested that you go for elimination technique, that what could not be the answer in this case. So as A is the answer, so let's check that in the end. First, let's check that why not B, C, D are the answer choices. Update the risk register, stakeholders and team members. See, the stage where you are currently standing in your project, it is a safe assumption that all your different registers and logs, like assumption log or stakeholder register or a risk register, issue register, they are, or the actualized reports and different other things, they must be updated, because you just have completed the verification process, and whatever results and different observations you have received from the quality team, you must have worked on that and you have kept the project plan like updated based on that. So most likely B is already done. It's not the next thing to do, right? The next thing to do technically is validation or UAT, but at least B is not the next thing to do, right? Ensure that the procurement plan is closed out. This could be an option. However, we can't assume that this is going to be the best thing to do, because there is no as such mention of any vendor or any external party, number one. Number two, as Athar has rightly mentioned, procurement could be closed or contract could be closed anytime when the procurement requirements is fulfilled and the buyer gives you a sign off on that. So you are not going to wait for the procurement closeout or contract closeout for a particular phase completion, right? It's not directly dependent on to your project phases. So when the procurement needs is fulfilled, the procurement contract is meant for closure, right? So on that ground, C is out. And a procurement plan could be a choice, but we will need more information for that. So as we don't have more context, so we can't say that procurement closeout does apply over here. Review and verify the and complete the release documentation. This is like the choice that people mostly go with when we share this question. And for the same reason, because they think that in this case, probably the release is not completely ready. But they are clearly saying it, that the release manager has verified that all the system are working. So if the release manager already has verified that the system is working, then how will he verify that without the release documentation and the different verifications and review? He is dependent on that, right? So this has been done already. And this also has been done already. This doesn't apply in this case. So the only choice that we are going to be left with is add the lessons learned to the organizational knowledge base. And lessons learned are throughout updated. So stakeholder register, risk register, issue register, and lessons learned. These are the certain artifacts which are not baselined or which are not logged anytime in the project. They are like living documents throughout the project, and anytime you can update them as and when needed, and you can refer them, and you can just change them, and you can share them to your stakeholders. So lessons learned update is, it happens throughout the project. However, technically lessons learned archiving to the knowledge bases or organizational knowledge base, which is OPA, it usually happens in the closeout. But I know this is also not the best thing to do in this situation, but this is the only viable option available over here. Technically, the lessons learned register for a project should be made part of organizational knowledge base or knowledge management system when the project is being closed out. It can be updated throughout the project lifecycle anytime, but making it part of the organizational repositories happens only during the closure or when the project is completed. It doesn't happen during the project, you know, uh, like when the project is ongoing. However, this is possible that if your project has multiple phases, then after the completion of each phase, you just update the lessons and register to the OPS. This is possible. So on that ground, we can say that A is the best thing to do in this situation.